welcome to today's vlog. This one is a little bit different than the ones I've been doing lately, and I haven't done this type of video in a while, so I'm excited and nervous at the same time because I'm wondering if you guys are gonna like it. I hope you do. If you've been wondering, I am wearing the same look. I have the same look I have the last two videos, my favorites and my least favorites of 2022, because I did film them back to back. I could have done it all together, but it was going to be a super long video, so I decided to break it into 3, and it'll be better for you guys and for me as well. So today's video is answering some of your questions and some of your assumptions. And one of the days of the giveaways, which I don't remember, I did ask one of the questions. Like, I had a question every day, and one of the questions I had was like, what assumptions do you have of me, and if you have any specific questions. So I wrote them down. I got a few that are really funny, like interesting, and some of them are kind of hard to answer, but I'll try to answer the best I can. And so, oh, there was one that I didn't write down, and I just remember somebody asked me. Somebody put number 11 because I got 11 questions. All right, I'm gonna leave it for the end because I forgot to. It's a recent question and I forgot to write it down. Anyways, so some preconceptions, assumptions, and questions. I'll try not to make this too long, just answering straight away to the question the best that I can. And the first one is if I live close to the sea. Oh, and I put them in order, not on the order that they asked me, but I put them in order that one question will lead to the other, so kind of fluent. All right, if I live close to the sea. Not, and relatively, yeah, I live close to the sea. Relatively, I live in Miami, South Florida, but I live more to the west of what is considered like Miami. Like Miami officially, technically, is like the downtown area, the financial area. Then there's Miami Beach and South Beach, which is what everybody knows, you know. And then there's Brickell and all that area. But I live about, because of traffic, about 45 minutes from the ocean. About 45 minutes, because we have it's not just the beach, we have the sea, which is not necessarily the beaches. Like, people throw their boats and they go out on their boats. That is not that far. It's like about 45 minutes when I with traffic and all. Yeah, I don't live that far from the sea, but not close enough that I could see it or smell it or hear it. No, I wish. I really would like to live close to the ocean, but it's not possible. First of all, it's really expensive, and I don't think it's like ideal. It's good like for a vacation or second home, but do you see the salt water does kind of ruin, erode, rust, or whatever you want to say, your furniture, your cars. So it's not ideal. I mean, it's beautiful. I would love to live close to the ocean, but not too close that my stuff would get messed up, you know. And also, when there's hurricanes, we have to evacuate. Where I live, I don't have to evacuate, which is a good thing. So I'm more like to the west, closer to the Everglades. I'm not close to the Everglades, but if you look at a map, I'm like closer to the Everglades side, because I live more in the Kendall area, which is more residential. And yeah, I've always lived in this area. It's a good question. Number 2, I have a large family. Immediate family, not that large. Like, I have my mom. My dad passed away in 2016, so I have my mom, and I have my husband, my stepkids. I guess they're my immediate family, my stepkids. And then I have 2 brothers, an elder and a younger. I'm in the middle. And, you know, my brothers are married, and my eldest has a son, so I have 1 nephew. My youngest is married, but they don't have kids. So that's my immediate family. I don't have like a lot of brothers and sisters, just 2 brothers. Now, if you go on with my cousins, and yeah, I have a lot of cousins, especially on my dad's side. Well, my eldest aunt had, my grandmother had 6 kids, and then my eldest aunt had like 7 kids. So like, my cousins I have cousins that have grandchildren already. They have a lot of kids, and they marry young and have kids young. But yeah, if I go like my cousins, yeah, I have a big family. But immediate family, no, not that much. It's just like 10 of us, maybe less, because my mom, my brother, 2. Yeah, we're like 10. I count my sisters-in-law too, so like less than 10 people. We're not that large. Hispanic families tend to be large, and they tend to like always like live close to each other in general. So Hispanic families tend to be large, yeah. Number 3, a makeup or skincare lover. This is a really difficult question. I think this is the hardest question of all 10. Makeup or skincare. I love both. But if I were to pick one, probably skincare. Why? I haven't thought of the answers to these questions, actually. This is out of the spur of the moment. because makeup is beautiful, it's gorgeous, and it's fun to try new stuff and to change the way you look, like to be adventurous and play around with makeup is amazing. But I think if you don't have an adequate skincare routine, if you're not good with your skincare routine, doesn't matter what you put on your face, it's not gonna look really good. So I think skincare is more important than makeup, because with a good skincare routine, sometimes, even in my case, I'm talking about me, my experience, sometimes if my skin looks good in the morning, I don't even have to wear makeup. Maybe a serum or a tinted sunscreen, something like that, a tinted moisture, something really light, and that's all I need. A little bit of concealer because I do have darker eyes. But if I had to choose one, it would be just skincare. I could live with just a really good skincare routine, you know, and wear your sunscreen every day. I wear sunscreen every day. Protect your skin. That's more important than all the makeup. Again, because if your canvas, it's like a painting. If the canvas is not good, and even the brushes, that's important too. But if your canvas is not good, if your skin is not prepped, if your skin is not moisturized, is not in good conditions, it doesn't matter how much makeup you're on. It doesn't matter how expensive the makeup is, how many layers you do, how many techniques. It's not gonna, it might look good like in a red carpet because they use all those filters or those lights. If you have a bunch of lights, you probably won't see anything, but in a day-to-day, you would see your texture and your acne and your bad skin. Like if you don't exfoliate, you'll see all that, I think. Yeah. And I don't like layers and layers and layers of makeup because I think it makes it worse. So yeah, to answer the question, skincare. I love both, but I think I would choose skincare. I think it's more important than makeup. How long I have been collecting? Okay, I've always liked makeup since I was a little girl, and I never watched videos or anything, or had classes or anything. I would just go with the flow, which I think would look good on me. Like I always did my crease. I didn't know I had hooded eyes. Like I learned that after I started watching YouTube videos. I didn't know what hooded eyes were. I didn't know what contouring or anything like that was. I was just did what I thought looked good at me in the moment. I always did my complexion first. I always did foundation and concealer first, then eyeshadow. I always did that, and I still do it till today. 99% of the time I do my face first, then I do my eyes. Those things I knew them like instinctively, like intuitively. I always did them. But when I really started collecting, and I only used to buy affordable brands. I never bought luxury brands. But towards, I would say, the middle of 2019, which it wasn't that long ago actually, I started like getting into seeing the difference, that why some brands, why some items are more expensive than others. Like I started to understand why. So I started to collect in the middle of 2019, maybe sometime in 2019, or even before, because when I got married, I'm trying to look back, I got married in 2017, and my friend did my own makeup she did my makeup with my own makeup, and I already had some really nice items. So maybe it started before, somewhere in 2016, 2017. But when I really started like on purpose, like really, what's the word, like really responsibly to start collecting, is when I was thinking already of starting my YouTube channel. I started officially in the end of 2019. So I would say officially around the middle of 2019 is when I started buying brushes. And because I used to use like a handful of brushes, I really didn't care about brushes. I didn't think they were important until I learned that it's very important actually. So yeah, sometime in 2019 I think is when I officially started collecting like responsibly, like I was really doing it on purpose, you know. Okay, what's the next question? My first luxury item. Ooh. Again, I've always used affordable brands, so luxury in general, it doesn't have to be makeup, right? Because it didn't specify. That's all I said. It was my first luxury item that I could think of. My first thing was my Michael Kors bag, which right now at this point in my life, I don't think is that luxurious. I think, this is my opinion, this is what I think about Michael Kors handbags. Back in when I got mine, when I started getting Michael Kors bags, it was like the thing. Everybody had one. I think it's like the most luxurious handbag brand among the affordable brands, and it's the least luxurious brands among the really luxurious brands. You know what I mean? It's like right in the middle. So I don't know if you would consider it a luxury brand, but regardless, back in the time when I got it, when I started getting handbags. I think I would consider a luxury brand. At least it was for me back then. So I think that would be my answer. I'm trying to think, because I started like really luxurious brands, like makeup brands like Chanel and Dior and Clé de Peau and Chantecaille. I started after. I started that way after. So I think my first luxurious brand would be Michael Kors handbag. How has my taste changed? How has my taste changed? That's a very good question. Very good, because they have changed. I've already mentioned this already in the video, but when I was younger, I kind of like had like a rebel thing or mentality that why would I pay $45 for lipstick when I could get a decent lipstick, a really good lipstick for $8 or $10. I had this mentality, like I did not know. I was ignorant, you know. I did not know that, yeah, part of the cost, part of the price was because of the brand name and the advertising, but there's some items, like a lot of items, that really are gorgeous and are worth every penny, and there's a reason why they're more expensive, and there's a reason why affordable products are affordable. Not all of them, but in general, there's a reason why. The ingredients, the way they manufacture it, I don't know, the packaging. Part of the experience of luxury items is the packaging or the way it looks. So I think that's important. So my taste, how have they changed? I ramble on, but how have they changed? I'm sticking more now to luxury brands. I have a couple of things that are drugstore, and don't get me wrong, I love the Maybelline mascara. I like ColourPop. I have maybe one or two things from ColourPop. Rare Beauty, I think I don't know if it's considered a luxury brand. It feels luxurious. It's very nice, but it's affordable. It's really cheap has negative connotation, but being cheap is not necessarily bad, I guess. But I would say affordable. Rare Beauty is a really good brand, and it's affordable. But I'm leaning more towards luxury items. Luxury, yeah. I don't have that many expensive, like really expensive handbags. For example, I don't have expensive handbags, which I want to start soon, but I don't really, or expensive jewelry. So I'm mostly concentrated in makeup and skincare. In skincare, I do like to spend my bucks because my skin is very important to me. Like I said in the earlier question, if your skin is not ready, if it's not nice, if it's not working for you, nothing you put on is gonna work, no matter how expensive the makeup is. So I do expend. I don't think about, like, I don't mind spending my bucks, you know, my money on expensive skincare like Chantecaille and Sisley, and I'm gonna start using Tata Harper soon. I'm gonna try it soon, and it's kind of expensive. I don't mind because I know it's good for me, and I've seen the improvement in my skin. Not only has my taste changed, but also the way I do things. My skincare has changed. I do morning routines and nighttime routines. When I was younger, I never did that. I used to go to bed with makeup on, which I think about it now, and I gag in my mouth and I vomit inside. It's like, why would I do that? I wouldn't wear sunscreen that often. And I learned, and I told everybody every day, wear your sunscreen, wash your face, you know, do your routine, because you're in your 20s, you don't see it, but when you go into your 30s and your 40s is when you start seeing it. Anyways, so how's my taste changed? I'm concentrating more on myself and the improvement of my skin, and I'm more leaning towards luxury items now than drugstore. What is your favorite brand and why? This shouldn't be a surprise to most of you. You've been following me for a while. You follow me on Instagram. If you know me in my personal life, if you work with me, you're my friend, like that, I know you in person, you know, you could guess what my answer is. My favorite brand is Chantecaille. Why? Chantecaille is my favorite brand, both in makeup and skincare. They have excellent, amazing skincare products and amazing products, makeup products that have skincare benefits as well. I love their message. I love their philanthropy, what they do for the environment. I do love Chantecaille, the way they do so good for the environment and for the animals, for the elephants and the giraffes which is amazing. I cherish God's creation. So I appreciate when a company is doing the same. A brand is doing the same. I love their products. Their products are amazing. Their overall, the aesthetics of the brand, the way they are, like the people that I've met. Like I met Alex Chantecaille in September when I went to the event up north in Jacksonville, in Ponte Vedra, Florida. and my friend and sales associate Ramiro. They're amazing, like genuinely nice people. I really liked talking to them and enjoying, like they're really nice, they're amazing. I haven't met the whole crew, but even the other people that were there, I don't remember their names and I'm so sorry, but I do follow them on Instagram, some of them. The ones that I met, they're really, really nice, like genuinely nice. You know, they're not just trying to sell you products or shove them down your throat. I hate that. They're not like that at all. They really want to help you and target your problems and what you want to improve. But yeah, I love them. Their products are amazing. Everything I've tried, their cleanser, their biolifting serum, mask, like the whole collection, the whole set. They have the biolifting, the serum, the mask, the what's the other, the oil. It's just amazing. If I were to pick, that's not one of the questions, but if I were to pick one item out of everything, one item, and they tell me tomorrow we're going to take out everything, you could only keep one item, what would it be? It will be the biolifting mask. That product is so good, and you only have to wear it like every 2 days. Like if you wear it on Monday, if you put it on at night on Monday, you don't have to wear it again until Thursday. Or yeah, it is so good. It is so good. So that's my favorite brand. I love the products. I love the packaging. I love the actual products that the makeup has skincare benefits. I love the people that work there that I've met. I love them overall. I love what they're doing for the environment, for our fellow friends, our animal friends. I love it. I'm always excited when they come out with a new brand, a new product, always, because I know it's going to be amazing. How did my, number 8, how did my husband and I meet? This is like more personal question. This might be a long answer, but I'm gonna try to speed it up because I don't want this video to be too long. How did we meet? Funny story. I want to just do the short version. A friend of mine, is friends. I'm gonna try to describe it as best as I can. She doesn't follow me on YouTube, so she doesn't know. She doesn't mind if I talk about it. But a friend of mine was talking to me one day. She's like, oh, there's this guy that I know that, just, got divorced and he has 2 kids, but he's really nice. There's always like that but, because people think, oh, a guy or a girl with kids is like, oh, I know. But I never had a problem with that. Especially since I didn't at the moment, like, or even now, like, I'm not gonna have children of my own. So I thought if he had children, that'd be nice because he already experienced it, and if I don't have children, then it wouldn't be a problem because he already has children, and I still have that kind of the experience of being a mom, but not being a mom like with them all the time. You know what I mean? Like I still had kind of the experience of having stepkids. Anyways, so she's talking to about this guy, and I'm like, well, if he's so good like you say, why don't you hook up with him? And he's like, no, because I don't think, he's not my type, but he's really nice. I think you guys will be perfect for each other. Like, okay, but I don't know him, and then simultaneously, like I thought, I didn't think about it. She did show me pictures of him on Facebook, and he's like, yeah, he's cute. I didn't really think about it that much because I don't like that kind of meeting people like that. Like, oh, let me introduce you to somebody. Like, I don't like that. I like it to be very natural. Like, we're just friends, and then let's see where it goes. You know what I mean? So I didn't think about it. And then like a few weeks later, we're talking, and she's telling me why it's very hard for her to, like, right now she has a relationship, but back then it was like very hard for her to, she was very shy, very introverted. I'm more extroverted, not like really out there, but I'm more extrovert than her. And I always tell her it's not that difficult. It's just, like I said, I just start a relationship, like just friends. It doesn't have to be anything, no other intention, just be friends, and then just let it go naturally, and naturally you'll meet somebody, And I told her it's really easy. Look, and then I thought of the guy that she had talked to me about, and like, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to meet a guy. I kind of embarrassed to say this, but so I told him, look, it's really easy. What's that guy you told me about? Let's find him on Facebook. I'm gonna send him a friend request, and let's see what happens. I send him a friend request, and maybe an hour later, he accepted my friend request. I'm like, there's a first step. I broke the ice. So then slowly, I sent him a message saying, he doesn't speak much English, so it was in Spanish. Like, look, we've never met. You don't know me, but we have mutual friends, and because I know a few people that know him, not just my friend, right? So we have mutual friends, and they talk so good about you, and I was like, you know, I thought it'd be a good idea to get to know you, just to see if it's true what they say, that you're as nice as they say. So he's like, okay. And I know you don't, and I told him, I know you don't know me and you might find it weird, but because I didn't know how he would react. He probably think I'm crazy, you know. So that's how I started. And then I text him that day, like telling him, oh, you know, you're my, not text him, message him, like, oh, we have mutual friends or whatever. And then like 2 days later, I guess he sent me, I think he, did I, or I think he sent, I didn't really want to push it because I thought he was a really nice guy. You know, I want to push and scare him off. So I waited like 2 days. Oh, because in the conversation we had, he said something about, like, we hit it off. It was just DMing, you know, direct messages. He told me he was recently divorced. This was in 16. This a few months after my dad died. And his dad died in July, and my dad died in August the same year. So we had that in common. It was something bad, but something sad, but it had in common. And his dad died of cancer, and my dad was sudden. And I'm already getting emotional, but and my dad's it was kind of sudden. It was sudden because it was an accident, and then his dad died of cancer. So we had that in common, and we were talking, and then coincidentally he tells me, oh, because my dad was into landscape. He was he would cut grass. That was one of the jobs he did. And my husband at the time, he was working in a store that would fix, I think I'm talking too long, like this is gonna be a long video, but whatever. He worked in a store that would fix, he was like a mechanic for like lawnmowers and tractors, and he still likes all that. He's into mechanics and cars and that. So anyways, he told me, oh, like coincidentally, some people, how would you say that in Spanish, in English? Well, some landscapers would come here to fix their machines, and they told me about the accident, but I didn't. Now I know, you know, now he saw the connection because it was my dad. Like my dad's accident, the news, and went up to him, like he found out about it, but he didn't know who I was. So then we had that connection, and then he talked to me about his kids and all that. And then I was divorced. I don't know what year I was divorced officially. He was divorced like more recent than I was. So we were just talking about that, and that was that same day. And then 2 days later, he DMs me, and he just, oh, how you doing, in Spanish, you know, like, how you doing, how's your day going, blah blah, and that. And it was like a week or two, and then we switched to text messaging. We got out of Facebook because I really don't like Facebook that much, and we were just talking. And then one day he's like, I want to meet you. So then we met. We went to a restaurant and we met, and that was in November of 2016, and we got married in November of 2017, and we've been together ever since. And it's been great. We have ups and downs because it's normal. Which relationship doesn't have ups and downs? But we've good together, and his kids love me. I love his kids like they're my own. So yeah, that's how I met my husband. That's the longest answer, and I love talking about it because I don't get to talk about it much. That's the long version. The short version is I met him through Facebook, but because we have mutual friends. That's how I met my husband. Yeah, and it's funny because we're not entirely compatible, but we get along. Like, we understand each other, and I think that's what's more important. We respect each other's. He supports what I do, my channel. He supports everything, and it's great. Number 9, I'm gonna speed it up because it's gonna be really long. Number 9, I'm into vintage and French decor and spend time maintaining it. I would love to have like a French cottage or something, but I don't get to have it because when we got married, we closed off the part of the we extended the house a little bit, so I live in my mom's house and my parents' house, like an attached side to it. So I really don't have a lot of space. I've talked about this before. I don't have a lot of space, so I wish I had a really nice cottage and space to have, like, it's like a little cottage French theme. I love France. I love Paris. I speak French, not fluently, but I do speak. It's my third language. I've been to Paris twice. I love it. I love it since I was a little girl. I've always loved the French culture. So yeah, into vintage. I have some things that are older. Like, I love like old literature, like British history and English literature, if you English literature, British literature, if you consider that vintage, at least in literature, I'm vintage. I love those older movies, Jane Austen, and I just finished watching again for the 100th time last night, The Age of Innocence, like the movie. Like, I love those type of things. So I guess I am a little bit. I don't spend time maintaining it because I don't have it, but I do love it. Number 10, boys used to hit on me when I was in school. There was a couple of guys that maybe liked me, but no. I think a better assumption would be that older guys would hit at me, because when I was in high school, I looked older. Even in middle school, like, I looked older than other middle school girls and other high school girls, because I hit puberty early. But now as I'm older, I think I look younger than people my age. I don't think I look 41. I mean, I'm gonna be 41 next week, but I don't think I look my age. I look younger. So back when I was in high school, like, not in high school, but when I had my part-time job, we used to work after school, or when I would go out or whatever, I would put in gas. Older men would, not necessarily old men, but like older guys would hit on me. So no, boys, I had a few in high school, maybe in middle school too, but not that much. I was not really into that because the guy that I really liked was not in school with me, so I wasn't interested in any other guys. But nothing happened between us, not with that guy. Anyways, number 11, this is the last question, is if I'm a Christian. And I don't talk about religion or politics in my channel or Instagram because it is kind of a soft subject, and I don't like I don't like controversial. I don't like to be controversial. I need to talk about those things with my closest friends. And yes, I am Christian. I'm a Jehovah's Witness, so we are Christian. We do believe in Christ. We're not like a Christian denomination like other religions. We're just, Jehovah's Witnesses, and that's why I mentioned through my videos that I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate New Year's. I don't do any of that. For me, it's like any other day of the year. I don't celebrate birthdays. But yeah, we are Christians technically because we do believe in Jesus and we follow Jesus Christ, and we believe he's the Son of God. So yeah, we are Christian. I am Christian. And that's all she asked. So yeah, that's the answer to the question. I am, and it's an essential part of my life. I don't talk about it, but I think it's like the backbone of everything that I do, because I think, well, for us witnesses, we don't see it as a religion, we see it as a way of life. So everything we do is around that. How we are with our families, how we are in our personal life, how we are at work, like every second of our life is determined or is influenced by our beliefs. So that is the answer to the question. These are the questions, assumptions. Did I miss any? No, I think I got all of them. And this is fun because we get to talk about makeup, and at least in the niche that we're in, that I'm in, we get to talk about makeup and skincare and luxury items like jewelry or handbags or clothing, lifestyle items. And it's fun, but we don't get to talk a lot about our personal life. And I think sometimes, especially since like times are changing, the way that content creators work, sometimes we want to talk about other things and we kind of hold back because we don't know if you guys want to hear about it, if you guys want to know about our life. Because we love luxury makeup. I mean, I love luxury makeup. We love what we talk about, but that's not all we do. Our life is formed of many things that we love. So I like to talk about other things that aren't necessarily makeup. So thank you for all of you that sent to me your questions and assumptions and preconceptions and all that. I really do appreciate it because it gave me content, and I got my head rolling, like my mind rolling, and I like that. So if you have any other questions, and if you like this type of content, if you want me to do not a lot like every week, but if you want me to do more content like this, let me know in the comments below, and of course I'll consider it, because at the end of the day, we do all this for you. Like our content creating is for you guys, to entertain you, to influence you, or to educate you, to try something or to be a certain way. So it is all for you. So let me know down below if you want to, what you guys want to see more of, what you're interested in more of. If there's any questions or any part of the questions that I answered that you want more, a little bit more of, let me know. I'm here for you guys. Thank you so much for watching me, for being in today's vlog. And maybe by the time you see this video, I'll be out already on vacation. I'm not sure, but I do want to vlog my trip. My trip is going to be like a week long or so, but I won't be able to like vlog every day. I've said this before, but just in case you didn't see it, I don't want to be vlogging like all day because I do want to spend time with my family, but I would vlog the really interesting parts, like our trip over there, the hotels we stay in, what we eat, because everybody, I love to see what people eat and what people do and where people stay, like, because I love traveling, and things that I find interesting in Gallenberg and Tennessee, where I'm gonna go. Of course, I'm gonna share that with you. So maybe by the time you see this video, they're ready. I don't know, maybe not. I want to thank you for being here with me today in today's vlog, and I hope I see you tomorrow in tomorrow's Vlogcember. Thank you. Bye.